take this opportunity to review with you the course syllabus. Now, what I would encourage each of you to do before watching the video even is to go on to the Blackboard shell and print out the appropriate syllabus for your particular course. You might realize that there are ladies in our class who are taking this course for undergraduate credit. Maybe they're working on our women's ministry certificate, a basic or advanced, or maybe a minor in their undergraduate degree. But also there's students in our class who are taking it for master's credit, and those ladies are working on maybe our graduate certificate in women's ministry or a master's degree with a concentration in women's ministry. Or we hope maybe even some of you are taking it just because of the nature of the course and how this course on multicultural women's ministry might help you as you serve the Lord. But I'd encourage you to print out the appropriate syllabus and have that handy, as we are going to take a moment to review the course syllabus so you'll better understand not only the nature of the course, but I'm sure what you're most interested in, your requirements. So grab your syllabus and let's look at this together. Now, our course, Multicultural Women's Ministry, has as its course description the intent to lead us as learners into a greater understanding of cultures and the cultures of the people around us so that we can be equipped to serve the Lord and minister to their needs in a deeper and even more effective way. And that truly is the heart of this course. As a result, we have chosen a textbook I know you'll enjoy. It's been a wonderful textbook for us as we've been developing the course. It's by Rodney Wu, and it's called The Color of the Church, a Biblical and Practical Paradigm of Multiracial Churches. So make sure you've got your copy of your textbooks, because each week we'll jump into it and we'll be making recommendations about readings for each week. Now, you'll see on the first page of your syllabus that together this semester, we hope to accomplish these outcomes. We certainly hope that you as students will learn to value the various strategies for ministering to women of different cultures in your own community, in our nation, and even the world as God leads us to serve Him. Number two, we pray you'll be able to develop and implement diverse ministries to meet the needs of women of different cultures through your local church and its ministry. And then we pray that you'll be able to apply what you learn, your knowledge, and your comprehension of cultural variables and differences, as well as, of course, what God teaches in His Word to your work, your service of the Lord, especially in ministry to women. So that's just kind of an idea of our requirements and our objectives as we have pulled that together for this particular course. Now, speaking of requirements, we do look forward to seeing you in class online on a regular basis, and you'll see that your first requirement is attendance. And by the way, we, your teachers, can judge that very accurately, because we could tell when you tune into class, when you go online onto our Blackboard shell, and how you interact. So we've got some guidelines for you there of how much you need to interact, especially with our threaded discussions each week. So be sure to answer each week's question yourself, but also interact with your classmates, because that's how we learn in a class setting. We want you to participate, therefore, in our class discussion. Now, reading the assigned text and other assignments is going to be very important to your learning process. And then, because this is a 1-hour academic credit course, you'll have one follow-up assignment that will be due 4 weeks after the course is over. You remember, this is an 8-week class. It actually takes just a half of your semester. Then you have the rest of the semester to do your follow-up requirement. Now, for undergrad students, there's 1 requirement. For grad students, there's 2. And so we'll see with your syllabus those requirements that apply to you. But what we really want you all to do for your main requirement is to evaluate your own church and to look at its cultural composition and to kind of see how effectively are you as a church, maybe even as a women's ministry, how well are you reaching a diversity of cultures? And you'll see on our syllabus kind of some points that we would like you to include in your report that will be submitted. And again, the guidelines, about 10 to 15 pages, and would be submitted to me, Dr. Rhonda Kelly, at my email. You can send it to my email and I'll acknowledge that, print that off, and we'll look forward to grading it. And I'm really looking forward to learning more about your churches and how we're reaching people in your areas. And let me just mention that those of you who are taking the course for graduate credit, you'll be doing that project, we call those project reports. But in addition to that, you will have a take-home final that will be given to you. And what that attempts to do is let you interpret and really incorporate what you've been learning, not only in class and in our discussions, but also in your reading and then in your project report. That will let you apply what you've been learning. And it's a discussion take-home exam. Again, both of those assignments for grad students only will be due in 4 weeks as well. And the final thing I'll just call your attention to in our syllabus is the course schedule. And it just identifies for you week by week, not only the start date for each class. Basically, your class will be alive to you, be open to you on midnight on a early Monday morning, I guess that technically is. And then the next week, the following week will be added for you. But each week you'll see in our course schedule the topic that we're going to be discussing. And so I would encourage you to try to stay up to the best of your ability with the class, because if all of you are participating within that week that is assigned, then you're getting the benefit of learning from each other. And just know that the shell to you, the Blackboard shell to you, does close at the end of the semester, so you won't be able to go back and catch up on the videos or the PowerPoints or your threaded discussion. And so we encourage you to keep up. Let us know if you run into any problems along the way, and we certainly will be praying for you as well as encouraging you to complete the work that God's called you to. You'll see the last few pages in our syllabus is a list of references, and what a blessing it is to know that in our day, our churches have available so many printed resources, these books, but also so many people resources to help us more effectively reach every man and woman in our own communities and around the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And what a joy it's going to be for us this semester to learn about God's great, wonderful creation, humankind, and to learn how we can more effectively minister to each other. So God bless you. I'm praying for you as you study each week.